everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sean.
And we watch movies.
Yes, we do.
Which is a good thing, because we're going to talk about a lot of them today.
Okay.
The Golden Globe nominations came out yesterday.
Oh, did they?
Oh, you didn't know?
I didn't know. I'm kind of...
You and your rocks.
Stuck in my hole.
Yeah. You're like, I like to get under a rock and just stay there.
Yeah.
So yeah, Golden Globe nominations are out. Weird year because normally the Golden Globes would have already aired.
That's right.
Like a month ago.
Yep.
They've just come out. The ceremony, such as it will air at the end of the month, February 28th on NBC. So this is 2021. They still don't even know exactly what kind of ceremony it's gonna be. Possibly virtual. Will be hosted by Amy Poehler and Tina Fey. Good to have them back.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But the thing about the Golden Globes, which is unfortunate if we take all the stars away, because the Golden Globes
That's what it's about.
only
it's about
exist.
them having dinner.
No, it's about them getting drunk. That's why we tune in.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll see someone tripping up the stairs because they had too much to drink. Sometimes you'll see people slurring through their speeches because they had too much to drink. Sometimes Renee Zellweger is in the bathroom when she wins an award because she had too much to drink. It's exciting! It's a party. It's an award ceremony that only the people in that room take seriously because it's completely meaningless. It has no real bearing on merit or anything like that. So it's just a good time. So who knows what the point is this year without the good time. We'll see.
They just feel obligated, I suppose.
Yes. To take themselves seriously.
Yeah.
At least they have to pretend. So Golden Globes, of course, rewards both TV and movies. We're going to stick to just movies today because I think that's enough.
That is enough, especially because they have two categories for a lot of the movie
That
awards.
is right. So for whatever reason, the Golden Globes have separated out comedy and musical from drama.
And they don't always get it right.
No!
Sometimes they make no sense of where they put a movie.
Sense. Like The Martian, that was a big joke that year. The Martian went into comedy.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. It's as much a musical as a comedy.
Yeah, which is it's neither.
It is a movie about a man getting
Stranded
stuck on Mars and trying to
not
survive.
To die. Yeah. Hilarity ensues.
You know. Gosh. Craziness. Anyways, are we ready to hear these, Sean?
Let's go.
Okay, now as most years, some of these movies are squeaker-inners. They haven't technically released yet. So we have not seen all of these. Normally, by the time the stuff airs, we do see almost everything on the list. This year there's gonna be more blank spots than usual. So Best Supporting Actress. This one is not separated into categories for some reason.
I guess they don't want to have too many supporting actors stealing the limelight.
I guess not. And the nominees are Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy. Remember that one? That one is available on Netflix if you're interested. We've already reviewed it. Basically, the only reason to watch were for the performances. It wasn't a super great movie. It did have strong performances, but it came out a while ago. It has no buzz. Is she gonna win? I highly doubt it. Next, Olivia Colman for The Father. Now this movie doesn't have a lot of buzz yet because it's not out. It will be released February 26th, which is just 2 days before the ceremony.
Gonna have to cram.
Yes. But Olivia Colman is great.
Is a solid bet.
Yes.
In a year.
That's right. They're already loving her for her work on The Crown, as the Queen on The Crown. And this is a powerful movie, I think, and pretty much a two-hander. It's about a mother and, no, it is about a daughter, a father and daughter. The father is played by Anthony Hopkins. Well, he is sort of refusing care but needing it and sort of going down the dementia trail.
That seems like one that someone would win an award for.
It does, so we are not counting her out. Next, Jodie Foster. She's up for The Mauritanian. Again, not out yet. In fact, may not be out until March.
Oh, well. So why is she in
Oops.
this? Yeah.
Amanda Seyfried for Mank.
Okay.
So Mank is another one that is on Netflix. Netflix had a really big year. They've been hitting it for television. Of course, The Crown was the big one for television. And in fact, Mank is the most nominated movie this year with 6 nominations.
That's interesting.
So I really liked Mank. It also came out a while ago, but because it has so many nominations, it might be a little buzzier. Amanda Seyfried is good, but she's not, I mean, it is a very supporting role. It's not a big role for her, and I don't think she's like a crazy standout in it. So
that makes it hard.
Yeah, I would not probably tend towards her. And finally, Helena Zengel of News of the World.
Oh, the little girl.
The little girl, and we did talk about
Yeah.
the possibility of her squeaking in for a
Well,
nomination.
good. Glad she got nominated.
Yeah.
I think that's nice to see.
Yes. So, will she steal it from Olivia Colman? I mean, there's too many of these that we haven't seen yet to perhaps really call it. But I do think it might be a race
Between Olivia Colman and the little girl.
and the little girl. I mean, Jodie Foster is, I guess, the question mark because I have not seen The Mauritanian.
But no one will have.
Well, the people voting should have
they'll
seen
see
it.
it.
Yes, they have had screeners. So we'll see. It's been a while since Jodie Foster's made the circuit, though.
Yes, it is.
And so that is the thing about the Golden Globes, is they like the stars. And so Olivia Colman is a bigger star than the little girl. This was her first English-speaking role, and she's a kid, so hard to say if they're really going to think she's worthy, but we'll see.
But again, it's a weird year.
It's such a weird year. Best Supporting Actor. We've got Sacha Baron Cohen for The Trial of the Chicago 7. That is on Netflix. We really like that one
It's
as
great.
well.
Yeah.
I think it's weird to have singled him out.
It is
from
because
everyone.
he is no bigger a part of this movie than any of the other 8 that are on trial.
Right? Very good. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if it's just my own prejudice against Sacha Baron Cohen, but I didn't think he was the standout.
Oh, he's fine because he's just doing like acting instead of being a stupid, ridiculous character.
Sure.
But
okay.
I agree.
Okay.
You could have nominated any one of these people.
Yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason to give it to
No.
him other than he's a big name who had another big movie last year.
Yes. I kind of think because it was such a large ensemble, although a couple of those guys were forgotten.
Yeah.
But there's lawyers and a judge. Maybe even the judge probably had the most standout role.
Definitely.
I don't think anyone really distinguished themselves in this movie, so I don't see him winning.
It's hard to justify, yes.
Okay. Then we have Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yep, which
So
we just saw.
we just saw that one at the Sundance Film Festival, so it's not out yet, but it will be soon on HBO Max on February 12th. It's a great movie.
Yes, it is.
He is wonderful in it.
Yes, he is.
It is weird to call it a supporting role because he's the Black
he's
Messiah.
the Black Messiah. Yeah. So I guess he's supporting because he's named second.
So, you know, I mean, he's a shoo-in because he's got lots of
So
screen
much,
time. It's
yeah.
a powerful role. People love rewarding people playing real life people, which this
Which
is.
he is. Yep.
So, you know, and Daniel Kaluuya, frankly, has had a stellar career. He's had some great roles.
Oh, he's been in a lot of good
and
stuff.
he's still on the up and up. Like, he's
Yes,
still
he is.
going up, which is crazy. So, could be his
that's
time.
a safe pick.
It's a pretty safe pick, but brace yourself.
Okay.
Next, we have Jared Leto.
Oh.
Again, this is probably because he's Jared Leto.
Yeah.
A movie called The Little Things. So this one is actually available to rent right now. So if you have to cram, go ahead, check it out. Denzel Washington's in it. This is, you know, one to check out for sure. It's a bit of a wild card. I'm not sure it's Jared Leto's year, between you and me. Next, Bill Murray for On the Rocks. Now, Sean, you will remind me where to watch On the Rocks.
That's on Apple TV.
Apple. Oh, it is on Apple. Okay,
Yeah.
so we watched that one.
We did.
Reviewed it some time ago.
Very good. Bill Murray is Bill Murray. I mean,
yes.
he's essentially playing himself, so I'm not sure he really deserves high marks for acting. But Bill Murray's awesome, so
But
it's hard to...
he's charming and he makes the movie.
He does.
Again, is he supporting?
Yeah.
Okay, like there's some weird rules about this supporting character.
It's very arbitrary, yeah.
Yeah. And last we have Leslie Odom Jr. for his role in One Night in Miami. He plays Sam Cooke. So if you don't know that one, you can watch it right now. It's on Amazon Prime. Great movie.
Yes.
About four important black
titans.
Yes.
Who are together one night in Miami in a hotel room.
Yes, that's right. So we had Malcolm X, Sam Cooke, obviously. What's his face?
Muhammad Ali's in
Muhammad Ali and the football guy, Jim Brown.
Oh, Jim Brown. Yep.
Okay. So those are the four guys, and Leslie Odom Jr. plays one of them. He plays Sam Cooke. So this is at least more of a supporting role because there's four really big roles that are split up. It's a really kind of great movie performance-wise because it is just one night in Miami, and so it's talky, it's explosive. And so, that's a pretty good contender, I'd say.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so that's how we're feeling about the supporting actor
I think
and actress.
Pretty solid choices overall.
Okay.
Considering we haven't seen all of the movies, but
yes.
There's only a few I would take issue with, so that's good.
Good to know. Okay, so what have we got next? Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy. So first we're going to have Maria Bakalova. She was Borat's daughter
yes.
in Borat subsequent
movie film, 20 more words. It's a very long title.
And where do we watch that one?
That's on Amazon Prime.
Okay. As you know, I hated this movie.
Yes. Thoroughly detested.
It's just it goes
But you were going to
against
hate it
my soul.
regardless of anything.
Oh.
Well, you hate the idea of Borat.
I do hate Borat conceptually and in reality.
And he even takes a back seat in that movie, but it was still too much.
And yet they still gave her.
Yeah. Well, she's the main.
She's
character.
the breakout.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I didn't love it.
No, I don't think you have to love it.
Okay. Kate Hudson for music. Oh boy. So this is the controversial Sia movie.
Right.
Where it's, about somebody on the autism spectrum where Sia has said some terrible things about not having cast someone on the spectrum.
Yeah.
No one's really seen this movie. It will be available on demand February 12th. So
there's your chance.
You can check it out then. I mean, Kate Hudson, okay.
Yeah.
We haven't seen her do much of anything.
No.
In a long while.
Like 20 years.
So, does she deserve to be on the list? I guess we'll see.
It's weird to center out that movie, that's for sure.
It is, but this is the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
It is nothing if not predictable. Unpredictable, I meant to say.
Yeah.
They love just having stars. They love to have people to take selfies with. That's really all they're in this for.
Yeah.
Next, we have Michelle Pfeiffer. So this is actually a great role for her. I would not mind her winning for this. Would be great to see a comeback for her. So this is a movie called French Exit. Again, not yet available, but it has the potential to be really good. It is about sort of a Manhattan socialite who is burned through her inheritance. And so she has to do like a sort of graceful little exit to Paris where she and her son and her cat are going to live in a little apartment. Now, I mentioned the son because he's played by Lucas Hedges, another big...
Yeah, that's
big
a guy
name.
who's in everything.
Right. And I mentioned the cat because she believes the cat to be the reincarnation of her dead husband.
Oh.
Right. So this...
So maybe the cat can get supporting. Oh, we already did that.
We already did that one, I'm sorry. And I don't know if you remember, the year The Revenant was nominated, Jonah Hill came out in a bear costume and did advocate for rewarding animals in film. And it didn't take.
Well,
So.
it's good for Jonah Hill to take that stand.
Anyways, The French Exit is based on the book by Patrick DeWitt, who I know you will remember,
Sisters
Sean.
Brothers.
Very good. I'm very
Thank
a
you.
little surprised, but
Yeah.
yes. So I think could be
Could be
Michelle's
good,
year.
yeah.
Could be good stuff. Rosamund Pike is also nominated for a movie you haven't seen yet. It's called I Care a Lot. Could be really good. Early buzz is positive. Although I think the role is not a happy one. I think she plays like a fraudster, like old people and their wills kind of thing.
Well, Leo DiCaprio made it work.
There you go. That's very optimistic of you. So that will be available February 19th to stream. So in Canada and the UK, Australia, New Zealand, we will be able to watch it on Amazon Prime. If you're in the US or India or Latin America, they will have it on Netflix. And finally, Anya Taylor-Joy for Emma. So
Oh,
this
yeah,
movie is
I forgot
going
about that
way
movie.
back, really, to the beginning of
Yep.
the year. But we
That was one
loved
of the
this
first
movie
movies that came out,
as a home premiere.
release, yeah.
Yes. And it was a good one.
Very good,
We
yeah.
really liked it. It kind of surprised me because I wasn't super excited or expecting much from it. And then it was like funny and irreverent.
Yeah.
And we really enjoyed it. So I would not mind seeing her rewarded. She had a big year with The Queen's Gambit on
She
Netflix,
did.
of course.
Yep.
So she was highly visible. Another young up-and-coming star.
Yep.
So I don't know. I just feel like it usually hurts them if the movie came out such a long time ago, so it's not fresh in people's minds.
Yeah, I think that's generally true. It'll be interesting though, because this year is so different.
Yes.
We've watched everything at home, so it's not going to suffer because of that, which
No.
is interesting.
Right.
So
That's
yeah,
right.
it is something, but I feel like that movie is memorable enough that you will, like I did, when you say, I forgot that movie was last year, but it was last year.
Yes. that's
And I
right.
have good memories of it. So yeah, she's got a chance.
Great. So as for Best Actor, again, still in the musical or comedy side, we have, I'm sorry to say, Sacha Baron Cohen again for Borat.
Yeah. Well, no surprise, I
No.
guess.
But here's another one I'm almost as upset about. James Corden for The Prom.
Oh,
Now, I kind of liked The Prom. I thought it was fun. It's light. It's a musical
and I thought
on
it
Netflix.
was kind of boring and forgettable, but
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. It is a fun movie, but it is forgettable. You watch it once, you'll probably never watch it again. It was what it was. I think James Corden was also the worst thing in the movie.
yeah.
The least exciting of anyone who was in
Yeah.
it. So
And certainly not the lead.
no. And yet,
And here he is.
here he is.
So you can cross that one off your list for sure.
For sure. But he's there, so if he just did enough ass kissing,
Maybe.
we don't know.
We don't know.
You can't really cross. I mean, you could say he's the worst on this list, and that
Yeah.
is
And he could still win.
unequivocally true. That doesn't mean he won't win.
Yeah.
If he did some nice bribing, and the thing is, he does host a very popular.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah, you're right.
Dev Patel gets on this list for the personal history of David Copperfield.
Another one that I forgot about, but in part that's fair because we saw it at TIFF in 2019.
2 years ago, yeah.
It's very good.
It is very good.
I think
Another
that's a
one
good
that
nomination.
surprised me. I hoped it would be good, but it's kind of like a fun retelling of the story. It's a little more modern, even though it's still a period piece. Great movie. He's great in it. So a fun one to check out. I don't know. I don't know if he's got a big chance of winning this.
He's probably not going to win, but that's actually a
It
nomination for
deserves.
respect.
Yes. Andy Samberg for Palm Springs.
That's a good choice.
Yeah. So
That's
that's
a really
on.
good choice.
Is that Apple?
No.
No, Amazon
That is
now?
Amazon.
Because it's
Yeah.
Hulu.
Yes. So it's Amazon in Canada, Hulu in the US.
Right. Thank you. So that is actually a funny comedy.
Yeah, it is.
There's an actual funny comedy on the list, guys.
And
I know.
it's a Groundhog Day ish thing that's actually can stand on its own, unlike
Yes.
most of those that are just total rehashes.
Yes. So worth checking out whether you care about who wins at the Golden Globes or not.
Yes,
Andy
definitely a movie to
Samberg
watch.
is good in it.
Yes.
We're good with that nomination.
We're good with that nomination.
So, and finally we have Lin-Manuel Miranda, who got a nomination for Hamilton.
Oh, that's weird.
It's weird. Of course, he's fantastic, deserves every award in the world. You can watch it on Disney Plus, but it's not really a movie.
No,
It's just somebody
a recording
taped
of a musical that was
on
made
Broadway
4 years ago.
Yeah. So this is not like The Prom is a movie made from a musical, but Hamilton is the musical.
Yeah.
It is not a movie adaptation. Somebody filmed them while they performed it on stage. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So it's weird that it gets called a movie. I mean, at most I would maybe say it's a documentary, and the Golden Globes don't do documentaries.
Yeah.
So this is a weird one.
That's a really weird nomination. But anyway,
It got
he's
it.
very good.
He's very good.
I
Nobody
guess
can
they had
deny
to
that.
recognize
So
it somehow, if only so that Disney releases more of it.
yes. So then, for Best Picture in the musical and comedy category, Borat subsequent movie film,
Yeah.
Hamilton,
Again. Yep.
music,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Palm Springs, and The Prom.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh my gosh,
That's so bad.
that is so bad.
How did you get these movies?
Are they not?
Can you not
watching
find other
movies?
ones? Like, it's crazy.
Yes, it was a weird year
Yeah,
for
I mean,
movies, but there were
Borat-
plenty of good ones. There
Yeah.
were good ones.
I didn't like Borat either, and I liked the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So that one I can at least see though. Hamilton should not be in this category.
It feels
doesn't
weird.
fit. Palm Springs, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. The Prom, no.
I mean, it fits in the category, but,
yeah, but
it's
no,
nothing
it's not
worth
a good
rewarding.
movie. And what was the one that I missed?
Music, which
We haven't seen, to be fair. But
Right. A little controversial.
I'm not optimistic about this being one of the top 5 musical or comedies that came out last year.
Of the year, yeah. Okay, so then as for Best Picture Foreign Language, we've got another round, La Llorona, The Life Ahead, Minari, and Two of Us.
So we've seen
So-
another round.
Did you see that one too?
Yeah, we watched that
That
together.
one's really good,
Yes, it
and I
is.
definitely recommend people watch it.
Mads Mikkelsen,
Mm-hmm.
and he is, well, they have a club where they decide they're just going to be drunk all the time
Yeah.
as an experiment.
Microdosing.
Yeah, to see how their lives go.
Yeah.
And it works about as well as you'd expect.
That's right.
But
Great
good
for a
to
little
watch.
time, and then
Yeah.
everyone goes to hell.
Yeah.
Out of these, I think Minari is going to take it.
Okay.
It's weird because it's an American film, but it's foreign language, not an international film. So they do speak. It is a Korean immigrant kind of movie.
Okay.
Steve Yeun
Oh, yeah.
stars. There's an adorable little kid in it. You're gonna fall in love. That one will be available as of February 26th.
So again, just before.
So the only
Friday
thing is,
before.
will 2 Korean language movies 2 years in a row, can we do it?
If anyone can do it, it's Korea.
Well, again, it's an American movie.
I know.
It's just the language.
Yeah.
But you know what? She's a good movie, so what are you gonna do?
Vote for it?
Vote for it. There you go. Thank you, Sean. How about Best Screenplay? So this one is not divided up into categories. It's just screenplay. There you have it. We have got Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman.
Oh, that's a good choice.
That's a good choice.
That's a good
it's
choice.
available by rental,
Yes.
so you can check it out and do. We've already told you to, so
Yeah.
I don't know what you're waiting for. Jack Fincher for Mank. That
Yeah.
one is on Netflix. I really like it. I definitely do admire the script for that one.
And we're hoping that it's a very posthumous
Yes,
award.
that's
That would be
right.
crazy because it's actually David Fincher's father's script, and
Yes.
he has been dead for about 20 years, I believe.
Nearly, yeah. It's pretty crazy. Aaron Sorkin for The Trial of Chicago 7.
That's a good pick as well. Aaron
Yes.
Sorkin is always
Hard to
pretty
deny
much a
him,
lock,
right?
and that is a good Aaron Sorkin movie.
Script.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Hard. He might be the one to take it away from Jack Fincher, I think.
Well, all 3 of them so far
Are good.
are deserving.
Yeah, so both of those are on Netflix. The Florian Zeller and Christopher Hampton, who wrote The Father.
Okay, which we haven't seen.
No.
But probably is really good.
Right, and Chloe Zhao for Nomadland.
Which is excellent.
Which is excellent. I don't know if it's excellent for its script necessarily.
I would agree with that.
So I don't think it will win for that.
I think it's just up against such tough stuff that there's no shame in losing. And I think you're right. The script is not the standout part of that.
No. And I would say the same for Promising Young Woman.
Yeah, fair.
So I do think it will be between the two Netflix ones. And I kind of don't even care who gets it out of those two. I kind of would like to see the posthumous go to the very dead father. Because that's kind of fun. And Aaron Sorkin has certainly been rewarded enough in his lifetime.
That's true.
And I do want to just say that Nomadland, which we reviewed when we saw it at TIFF in 2020, is finally coming out. You can see it on Hulu February 19th.
And do.
It's
really worth
very
watching.
moving.
Yeah.
And I will just say, I'm not knocking the script at all, but part of the brilliance of the directing is that Chloe Zhao went with a lot of actual nomads. So people who live off the grid in this very transient lifestyle. And so they're not reading from a script, they're sharing their real lives.
Yeah.
And so I think that is part of what makes the movie great. So to me, maybe it takes a little away from the script.
In a way.
And that's okay, because it makes the movie stronger.
Yeah.
But that's why I wouldn't give it this award.
And I agree with that line of thinking.
Okay.
I do.
Thank you.
I think it is a really memorable part of that movie is that most of the people, except for Francis McDormand and David, I forget his last name, but you'll recognize him, are not actors.
David Strathairn.
Thank you.
Best animated. Can you guess who's on this list?
No.
Okay.
Because I forget what animated
The
movies came
Croods,
out.
A New Age.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I mean, that's almost by default.
Yes, well, let's see. With Onward and Soul on the list, they
The
just
rest
had
doesn't
to
really
do
matter.
some fillers.
Yeah.
But wait, I mean, Over the Moon is on the list.
That
That's
was
the
pretty
Netflix
good.
one.
It was
all right.
It was okay.
But Wolf Walkers is
That's a good one.
wild card.
Yeah.
That one is on Apple TV. I saw it at TIFF, I think.
Yeah, you did see it at TIFF.
I've seen it anyways. And it's beautiful. So it could be the wild card, but I
Well, it's definitely a
suspect
viable option for
It
people
is.
who are like, Pixar wins too much.
that's true. I still suspect that Soul will take it, especially since it's the Golden Globes. At the Academy Awards, Wolfwalkers perhaps has more of a chance of winning when actual animators are doing the voting. But at the Golden Globes, I think they're going to do the sure bet and give it to Disney again. And you can't say it's undeserved because
No,
Soul
Soul's
is
great.
fantastic. Okay, so moving along to the drama category. For Best Actress, we have Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That one's on Netflix. Check it out. She is excellent, of course.
And Chadwick Boseman,
Yeah,
who
that's
may
right.
be coming up. I
Who
don't know.
may be coming up. Andra Day. So that one is also a movie that is not available yet. It is called The United States versus Billie Holiday.
Oh, okay.
So she's very good in it. There's no denying that. But she does not have the same big name star presence as the others. And it's a lower profile movie. So
it makes it hard.
It would, yes. Vanessa Kirby.
Oh, for Pieces of a Woman.
Exactly.
Yep.
So that one's on Netflix?
Yes.
Okay. We have been talking about her since we saw her again at TIFF. No denying that is a stirring performance.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what is the movie, is
yeah.
her performance.
So I think she's setting the bar on this one, even though Frances McDormand, we saw her in Nomadland. Fantastic, fantastic role. I think she's won quite a bit, very deservedly. She would deserve it for this. I'm not saying she doesn't.
She would, but I have to give Vanessa Kirby the edge.
The edge, okay. And Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman snags that 5th spot.
Yeah, deserving nomination. Probably Vanessa Kirby still takes it though.
So that United States versus Billie Holiday will be on Hulu February 26th. So right before the award
They're all
ceremony,
coming out,
you can,
Well,
yes.
except for the one that's coming in March.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a busy couple of days.
Yeah. So as for Best Actor, we have Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal.
Which
Now,
you really liked. You
yes,
loved that movie.
I like that movie. It is a very lauded performance. Everybody was talking about it. So he probably has the year's buzziest performance. Hard to take it away from Riz Ahmed. Tahar Rahim is nominated for his role as the Mauritanian in The Mauritanian. Again, that's the March movie we haven't seen. Can't really talk about it, sorry. Gary Oldman in Mank. He deserves the nomination. I don't think he's going to win because he won, and I actually don't know if he won the Golden Globe. He won the Oscar just a couple of years ago now. So, you know, he probably...
He's another guy where you're like, he's won enough stuff.
He's won. We can... Anthony Hopkins gets it for The Father.
Okay.
He's hard to not reward because he's an old guy and everybody
yeah.
loves him, and so we just want to see him win and pinch his cheeks and stuff and go, good for you, you could still get it done. But of course, Chadwick Boseman does snag that 5th nomination.
Gotta give it to him.
You know what?
Gotta give it to him.
It's not undeserved. That's the great thing, and I think that gives him the edge, is that, yeah, it's posthumous and we're all sad he died and stuff.
But it's a great performance.
Also just a great performance. Even if he was alive, I think he probably...
And to think as well that while he filmed this, he was literally dying of cancer. Mm-hmm. Like, that is unbelievable that he has the energy that he delivers on this screen. Mm-hmm. Despite being months away from death or days. I don't even know. It wasn't long after this that he died suddenly, according to apparently for us. Mm-hmm. So yeah, to me, it's hands down. You give it to him, and he deserves it.
Good. On to Best Director. So this is a fun category, guys. First of all, we have Emerald Fennell.
Good.
Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman. That's very exciting.
Yes, it is.
Then we have David Fincher.
Yep.
Mank. No qualms with that.
No disagreement at all. No.
I did like that movie. Regina King gets it for One Night in Miami, which is a great movie. I mean, just kind of exciting to be a fly on the wall watching that movie. These 4, as you said, titans, that's a good word. It's an incredible imagined moment in history. I mean, it happened, but we don't really know what they would have talked about.
Yes, there was no one present taking notes for history.
So it's kind of exciting to eavesdrop on these, taken by themselves, they're legends, and to just think that they all were just hanging out together.
Yeah.
Oh my God, drinking beers.
Yeah.
Aaron Sorkin, Trial of Chicago 7.
Yep.
No denying that one. And Chloe Zhao for Nomadland.
That is 5 good nominations.
Yes.
That's a very tough category.
It is a very tough category. Let us just say, though, in 78 years of the Golden Globes, there have only been 8 females nominated for director, and 3 of them are right now.
Year. Yeah.
So they just essentially doubled in 1 year. And so it was a big year for ladies. Again, you can't really say any of these are, quota nominations. No. These are big movies. And it's almost anyone's game.
Yes, it is.
So
but that is wide open because all of those are excellent. Mm-hmm. It really is a matter of personal preference to say which of these great movies is the best director.
Yeah, hard to say.
It is.
Do you have can you? No?
I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I think I'd give it to Nomadland.
Okay.
I think that one kind of stood out as just something different and great. And I think a lot of that is because of how Chloe Zhao...
Her choices
that she made. Yeah.
That's true. So for Best Picture Drama, we have The Father, Mank, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, and Trial of Chicago 7.
Yeah.
So, seeing a lot of the same movies up there.
Yeah, which is not surprising.
No.
I mean, they are great movies, so that actually they got the drama mostly right. Just the comedy is a disaster.
Yeah. So hard to say. Should they just remove that category because maybe we don't need it?
Like expand it to 10
I think,
of,
okay, maybe
like
that's
the
a better
Oscars have done.
idea. Yeah. Of course, the
they're just
Oscars
filling.
still shut out
Yeah.
comedies and just put 10 dramas in.
Yeah.
So,
But maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe we don't need all these mediocre comedies nominated. Let's
we
recognize the
definitely
good ones, but let's not have a quota that we're going to fill of just throwing in random stuff.
fair. Okay. So the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, that's who the big stars thank when they win their award. That's who does the voting. So they're a shady little, they do not even tell you who is in this association, but I can tell you there are only about 90 members. And so when we say that Golden Globes are a joke or like they don't really count, it's because it's very easy to buy a Golden Globe. Now, can you buy an Oscar? Yes. But it's more difficult, more expensive.
More to pay off,
that's because in the Academy, the voting members in the Academy, there are 8,500 people and only 90 in...
It's a big difference.
Yes. And for like the SAG Awards, the Screen Actors Guild, there are 165,000 voting members. Harder to get to all of them and sway the voting.
Yep.
But when there's only 90, it's quite easy. And unfortunately, they do have a history of corruption getting leaked and little gifts being given, parties being given, promises being made, even cash being exchanged. I mean, you don't even have to do all 90. You could just do half and still win by a landslide, you know? So it's sadly easy to sway this. And a lot of studios do put on pretty big parties for these.
I'm sure they do.
So these are foreign journalists, but let's just admit that it's very shady. We don't know they won't tell us who is in the association, but they only have to have published 4 articles a year in like a publication that is international, that is not American based, but they live in Los Angeles, so they're reporting on the movies in America, but in foreign journals. Only 4 a year. Apparently they can be pretty much any journal because there's like a bodybuilder who's in there and like a former Miss Universe. So they're not like necessarily journalists. And so that's why a lot of stars joke about, and Denzel famously admitted that when he won his first Golden Globe, it's because he schmoozed them. He was always nice to them on the red carpets. A lot of other journalists complain because they hog all the time. Because the stars know, this is one vote of 90. That's, that's potentially huge. I need to be nice to these people, even though they're maybe writing 1 article a year that's going to be in Lithuania, which no one will read. But I gotta be nice because I could win a Golden Globe. And even though there is no credibility in winning a Golden Globe, it's publicity. Yeah. So if a movie studio thinks about, well, if I, buy a whatever for 90 people, that is so much cheaper than spending $1 million in advertising for the movie. So it's actually a pretty good exchange rate. So basically, they just vote plurality. They just say the one person in each category they think will win. But there's a lot of sway happening. So we know even just the PR that gets sent to these people. Like Tom Ford sent his cologne off whenever he did Nocturnal Animals. And there were little wedding cakes sent to them with an interracial couple on top for the movie Loving. Sharon Stone, famously and rather embarrassingly, from her own pocket, sent them each a Coach watch when she was in The Muse in 1999. In fact, it was noted that the year that both The Tourist and Burlesque got 3 nominations apiece, 2 piece of shit movies.
They're terrible.
Coincidentally, Sony, who put both of those movies out, had sponsored a trip to Vegas to see Cher in concert. So just a coincidence, but
Yeah.
these are the types of things that happen and lead to nominations and wins.
And why the Golden Globes are not taken seriously at all.
That's right.
Because you can't.
They vote based on who's been nice to them,
Yeah.
which stars take selfies, and then studios have big parties with the stars, so they guarantee them access. Like, you'll get to actually sit and have dinner with Leo, and
And the
they
bear.
love it because a lot of them are part-time journalists at most. They live in shitty little apartments, but their fridge is stocked with vintage champagne because of what
And
they
their
get
wrists
from.
are full of Coach watches.
That's right. It's nice, isn't it?
It is.
It's nice to be bribed.
Yeah.
I think.
I bet it is, yeah.
Nobody has sent me anything though.
Yet. You're not asking.
We'll see. So that is the Golden Globes. Exciting stuff, potentially.
Potentially.
Yeah, I don't know. It's, I think you're right. The drama category shaping up to be pretty exciting. Of course, the Golden Globes, because they lack so much credibility, they are not predictors for the Oscars.
No.
But certainly, wins do create buzz, and that could have a
That can
trickle-down
help.
effect,
It
right?
can. Yeah.
So, who's going to take home the awards? We don't know.
No.
We
and,
don't
and
know.
You're right. It does matter in that respect to say that even though it's not a predictor, it can help people
For sure.
in the Oscar race.
And it definitely helps movies make more money. A lot of them will have a second resurgence at the box office. Not this year. Maybe at the home box office.
Yeah.
But, those Golden Globes. Those are February
One and
28th
only.
on NBC. Somehow.
Isn't it always on NBC?
Yeah, it is. Well, except for the years they actually NBC dropped them for corruption back in the 60s and 70s because it was even worse then than it is now.
They probably haven't even cleaned up. We probably just went downhill as a society where we're like, they're no longer that bad just by comparison.
Oh boy. Well, it's been a weird year in movies, so it's going to be a weird year in awards.
Yep.
And
That's the one thing for sure.
Yeah, the Golden Globes are the kickoff. So February 28th, still a couple more months. The Oscars are not till April this year.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll have actually seen these February and March releases in time for the Oscars. Would be nice.
Would be nice. That's what matters for the big show.
That's right. Let us know who you think's going to win. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.